everybody. My name is Jill Liberator, and I'm here to discuss how to share Google files and create private templates. Keep in mind that these private templates may also be shared with other people. Now, many of us for many years, like myself, have been a die-hard Microsoft Office fan, and recently I have found the world of Google Apps, and personally I absolutely love them. They make it so convenient. You have anything that you need anywhere and everywhere that you need it. It travels between devices. I can pick up any device that I happen to have at the moment, log on to Google Chrome, and get what I need. Now, one of the things that I also like to do, because I'm an educator like many people, educators love to create things and share them. Oh, goodness gracious, if it wasn't for sharing, we would be doubling, tripling, quadrupling our workload because all of us would be reinventing the wheel. So when you think about it, if you are in a group of people that you're all doing the same thing, whether it be in the private sector or the public sector, it's always nice to share the wealth and let everybody take a little bit of the load and then share it between yourselves so it lessens how much work you have to do and everybody has a little bit of input. Now today, like I mentioned, we're going to talk about sharing Google files. Keep in mind, I am talking strictly about Google presentations, Google Sheets, Google Sheets, Google Docs, and Google Drawings. I am not speaking at all about Google Forms. Google Forms is totally different breed, goes under different rules, so we are not discussing that at all today. But when we create something, say that this is, let's go over to this one. We're going to go to Google Sheets. We often can create rubrics or other things to help us speed up the grading process with the students. When we do that, if there's other teachers who are going to be grading the students under the same criteria, we like to share the rubric. Now, when we first create any file at all in these 4 different apps, it is strictly used by us. It is private only to us. Nobody else can get in. Nobody else can edit or make any changes whatsoever. If you notice also, and this is one of the beauties of Google, when you are in any of the Google apps, all the changes are automatically saved in your Google Drive. I absolutely love that. I don't have to worry about, did I save it or did I not save it? Which version did I save it? Back in the old days, I used to have to email myself a copy from home, and then I could never keep track of which copy was the most recent and everything. So this is perfect for my lifestyle because I'm always moving around and I have different devices that I like to access my files on. So they are being saved. Again, it's private to only to me. Even if I come up to the share button, it's going to tell me private to only me. Nobody else can get in there. But say that I'd like to share it with somebody. Let another teacher use this very basic rubric, which I personally hope that they would change a little bit, but I just kind of threw that together for today. Then we can go to share. We would enter in the email address, or if you're in a Google Apps for Education site, you can type in the name, and if it's in your contacts, it'll come up. But just identify who you would like to share with. Then you have 3 options right here that the people can edit, they can comment, or they can view. Any of those three have pros and they have cons. The can edit means if you share it with anybody, they can make any changes that they want at any time. Now, personally, I find it a little discerning that anybody can get into anything that I create. Say I've got my rubric, they can change it. I may not even know. Then I want to assign it to my students under Google Classroom, but everything's changed and I didn't realize that it had been changed. That's not often a good way to be working. The only time that I would ever recommend leaving it as edit is if you want everybody in your group to have free reign over the document. Anything can be changed at any time, whether you're looking at it or not. And now that's really nice if all of you are happening to be looking at the document at the same time. You can see who is doing what. It's great if you're working on a group project and say you've got people from all over the state or the country working on it at once. You can see who's making the changes at all times and maybe talk a little bit about it. Now, the can comment. When you share with somebody and they can comment, they cannot actually make the actual edits, but they can make suggestions and make comments throughout the document. Then you have the option of either accepting the comments or not accepting them. You can accept or reject. Now, that is really good if you're collaborating with a group, and it might be a large group, and you want a lot of input. But for an example, if you have a sentence that 3 different people want written 3 different ways, if they edit it, you'd be going around in circles. But with a comment, you can read everybody's comment, get together as a group, collaborate, decide what you want to do as a group, and then make the changes as needed. That is really good when you only have 1 or 2 people as the owner or can edit people. Then you don't have so many cooks in the kitchen, so to speak. Now the can view down here, that is allowing anybody to look at your document, but they may not make comments, they may not edit, they may not do anything to it. That is really good if you're going to post something to the internet and you don't want anything to be changed with it, or if you want to share it with somebody and they know that they need to save it as make a copy of it and save it, then they can make the edits on their copy. That is one way to share your templates as the can view. The problem might come in though, what about the people who aren't quite as tech savvy as you may be? They work real hard, but they don't really understand what they need to do. They don't understand that they can make a copy and go in and rename the copy and then make changes on it. They get a little bit confused with that. That's where a 4th option comes in, and I love this option. That's what we're going to be talking about now. This is an easy way to create templates and maybe even a list of templates that anybody can share and look at. Okay, first, when we look on our files, whoops, let me redo this one. I've already changed it, sorry. Okay, when we look at our files, they will always end with the word edit. That one has edit. This one has edit. Now, sheets and presentations are slightly different because they have edit and they have a little bit more at the end. Look, the sheets have edit, pound, GID equals 0. Presentations have a little bit more, edit, pound, slide equals ID.P. That's okay, that's fine. What we're going to do today is create a file that we can share as a template with other people, but actually force them to make a copy. Whether they understand how to or not, this will automatically make them make a copy. If you're looking and you see the word edit and anything after the word edit, you can highlight that and change that to the word copy. Then just simply click down into your file anywhere and keep it as copy. This will not save. That's one thing I need to stress. It does not save. So even if you make changes down here and it says that your changes are automatically saved in Drive, when it saves, it automatically reverts back to edit. So please note that when it says copy, you have to take care of it then. It will not save later. But we've changed that to copy. Now we're going to come over here to the share settings, and we will go into the share settings a little bit deeper than we were before. We're going to ignore this section here with the 3 options and come down to advanced. Now again, we are going to ignore this URL up here. We are not going to use that at all. But we are going to come down to this blue change and click on it. And click here, anyone with the link. Anyone who has a link can access, no sign-in required. And then we'll come down and hit save. Then we are going to finish up, click on Done, and get out of there. Now I'm going to come up here and I'm going to use my keyboard shortcuts or any other way you want to, and I am going to copy this link. I'm going to copy the link. Remember, you can do this with any of these 4 apps within Google. Presentations, slides, docs, or drawings. You can do this. I copied my URL. Then, see, I created another document here, and this is templates to share. Let's see, this was how to teach and not go crazy. I'm going to do this. How to teach and not go crazy template. And now I'm going to paste the URL right there. We can go through, make all that we want. We can keep adding to this however we want. Now this file is what we want to share, and I would leave it as can view. Can view. Anybody can go ahead and view that you share it with. They can view it. They can make a copy if they want, but to be honest with you, it's not going to do them a whole lot of good if you keep adding templates to it. And if they want to add templates to it, or if you want them to accept or be able to, you can go ahead and choose edit or comment. That's up to you how you would like to do it. But for this service, I'm just going to say can view. I'm going to say done. I know I didn't put any addresses in there. That's okay. And then we can go in and do the same thing all the way across. Now, just to show you what happens, I'm going to come in here and I'm going to hit copy. And instead of clicking down here, I'm just going to hit return. And this is what will actually happen when somebody opens up one of your URLs with the copy. It automatically comes up, would you like to make a copy of what I love? Or whatever the document title is. That's going to be your document title. As you notice up here, that's my title. And then you make a copy. And it says copy of what I love. So it's going to be the same thing, but you're making a copy. That is going to force the people who don't understand or don't remember to make copies all the time. It'll take away a lot of the frustrations. But again, you can do this with anything. Back, copy. And I'm just going to hit, and then we can, it comes up with that, but you can also go ahead and copy it. Put it in a shared file. Share it with the world. I don't care who you share it with. You share it with your dog if you want to, but just have some fun. This way it will help you keep your sanity and keep everything straight. Thank you, and I really hope that this is going to help you out.